This call is now being recorded.
Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, April.
I forgot you were calling. I was doing something.
Did...
No. I was ready for you, but I was just sitting here looking at pictures online, and then the phone rang and it startled me. I was like, "Oh yeah, that's right, Mark's calling."
Well, I'm glad that you were occupied because me being the consummate on time person that I am.
Yes.
I always plan. With me, it's probably best to use like a 15-minute either way type of scenario.
I picked up on that actually.
Yeah, and
every week I pick up on that.
Every week, and I have to tell you that it's hereditary because my aunt carries the same disease. And my mother does as well, even though she refuses to admit that or
Oh, really?
Right.
That's funny.
But I have to say that it's not intentional. Like I don't purposely, say, well, I'm going to keep people waiting. And, but unfortunately, if I can, most of the time I will always say, I'm so sorry I'm running like 5 minutes late or 10 minutes late, or I give people a heads up. I would never, ever just not, communicate that.
Oh, no, you're right. You're right. I always anticipate you telling me you're going to be late.
Right. Well, good. At least that's not, at least I haven't let you down in that respect, which is good. Because inevitably I think to myself, okay, I have 15 minutes to do this and then, whatever time I allot for each task that I do. And inevitably, that's the word of the day, by the way, is inevitably. I've used it 3 times already.
Inevitably.
Inevitably. Right. So something always comes up that distracts me or something that I have to, take care of, or that actually, let me backtrack. I don't have to take care of it, but because of my OCD, if I don't take care of it, the earth will explode. You know what I mean? So, that's unfortunately my tale. And it's true. So I thank you for working with my crazy schedule and for my, a lack of time management skills. Although ironically,
consistent tardiness.
Thank you. Well, at least I'm consistent. That's a bonus. Always look at the bright side of life. To quote Monty Python. However,
I haven't seen a Monty Python movie in so long.
Neither have I. It's been an age. Actually, the last thing I saw was Monty Python's Holy Grail on stage. It was phenomenal. But that was several years ago, so it's long overdue actually. For me, but that'll happen, I'm sure. Because I'm a movie person, as you well know, and as are you.
Yeah.
So, but anyway,
Anyway,
how are you? Have you done any baking or cooking this weekend?
I got to tell you, I ended up spending some time with friends yesterday. We did the social distancing thing. And then, there were sometimes I had to go inside because I had to use the ladies' room and whatnot. So we kind of were like maybe in passing in the kitchen, but we really tried to keep our distance. Right. And I took advantage of the sun, and it shows.
Good for you. Wasn't it a beautiful, beautiful day yesterday?
Yes, I have a sunburn to prove it.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
No. Not, well, let me tell you what happened to me. I'm Italian. I'm all Italian, and I am pretty fair-skinned, but I do have that the tendency that if I do it right, I can get a very, very nice tan in the summer. But I'm always working.
Right.
So a few years ago, a couple of girls and I would take like a girls' weekend. We'd go down to the Cape, and we would go to a place, and there was like full beach service. So all we did was lay around and had drinks brought to us. I mean, I even drank once in a while. But I did frozen mudslides. So it's basically ice cream sundaes with a twist,
Exactly. A dessert with a twist. Right.
So many calories in those. But I drank like 5 or 6 of them. But so one year we went down. Now, I made the big mistake of not putting anything on. I spent a very long day in the sun. And I remember at one point towards the end of the afternoon, we were about by the pool, and I said to myself, my skin hurts. And I said, I think I need to go inside. So I said to the girls, I said, hey, I'm going in. I'm going to take a shower and relax. Mark, I went inside, and I think I started to tear up because I was afraid, because I knew I had a severe burn. I was so comfortable and relaxed out in the sun and turning and going in the water. I forgot what it was like to be, and it was in the middle of July. So,
right.
I was just so happy to be with my friends and everything that I boned it. So I literally came home with blisters on me. I was so like my upper chest area, so where everybody's got that thin skin, right? And where my shoulders were, the shoulder straps were, I had blisters all the way down there. Dude, I had some in my cleavage.
No.
And let me tell you, when you get burns like that, I've never been burned like that before. And I remember, now, not that everybody in online land needs to know this, but when you have a burn like that, you really can't wear anything.
Correct.
And women who wear bras, it's hard to wear bras.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And, and when I went to bed, I couldn't have anything on me because it was already in so much pain. So I had a dish towel, like a dish towel, the big rectangle kind. Right. I wet it, wringed it out, like really wring it out, so that it was just, like the cooler. I had that on top of my boobs, right? My whole chest area. Because my boobs obviously weren't burnt because they were covered, but everything around them was in pain. So I had that covering me, right? And I always sleep with 2 fans anyway. I wasn't cold. I was not cold. And I will tell you, every time I moved, I had to put an arm over my chest area, over my boobs, so that I could gently move, because any movement, because I had it between my boobs. Right. The cleavage area. So, and because when you get severely burned like that, and anybody out there who has experienced even this at any level, because it's, if you move too much, your skin starts to get real tight once you start to heal. It just gets really tight. So I couldn't afford to get a crack. I hate to say the word crack, or a split.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
So, and every so often, and when I was working, I'd be spraying myself with water because I was so sore, to keep my skin kind of like, and everybody hates this word, and some people love it, moist.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. I know.
But I think
that word.
But the word whenever I hear the word moist, I think of cake. So I don't, but anyway.
You think it was food. Anything with food, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So needless to say, I was hurting for a long time. And I made sure that any time I was going to spend any length of time in the sun, I would make sure I was very careful. Like when I went to Punta Cana, I was very careful. I had SPF like 70.
Excellent.
And
you have to.
And anytime I wasn't like in the pool or in the water, I made sure I covered up outside to make sure that if I was in any shade, just so I didn't overdo it. And I've never been burnt like that since. So yesterday, I did the same thing. I didn't put anything on. I'm fine. Don't worry.
Good.
But I was sitting in a chair, but I have like the way I was angled, one of my shoulders is a little more red than the other. And the whole upper, like above the chest area, is nice and red, and my face got some red. Not too much, and it's a nice little tan, so I got a little start. And that all stemmed from a beautiful day. But yes.
Let me ask you, do you burn that becomes a nice tan, or do you burn and just burn? You know what I mean? Does it turn into a tan afterwards, or?
I basically, no, I don't like to get burnt at any level, but what I have right now is not a painful one. It's just, I was obviously sitting in there for sun for like 3 hours, but it wasn't, it's not the kind of burn that is, like that time. And I put some aloe on it, but this will turn into a nice tan. Because it's because of the Italian in me. So, now that I have basically, now that I'm going to have a lot of the summer off, even unless I get a job, I'm going to be laying out once or twice a week, carefully, and just for the, get a nice tan.
Golden tan.
Yeah. Absolutely.
See, that's wonderful. And I wish I wish I could have the same admiration for the sun. I completely adversely, or 100% different from you, where you adore the sun, which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I'm a vampire, and
Well, I like vampires too.
Do you see? Okay, well that's.
Oh yeah,
that's me.
big time. Big time.
I personally, I mean, like I said, I don't hate the sun. It's necessary. It's good for vitamin D. It makes the grass grow. It's a wonderful thing. However, for me personally, going in the sun is a nightmare because I don't know. It's just always been one of those things where, you know, if there's an outdoor event or such, you know, I'll go for a few minutes to make an appearance and be very, you know,
Yeah.
But to actually, like, just
Excuse me, sorry.
to use as a reference point. No, that's fine. My mom and my aunt, her sister, are sun worshippers, and I am very, very shocked that they do not have skin cancer. They have like I don't know what they're called. I don't want to all these sort of different you know, levels of skin issues because they used to worship the sun endlessly.
Oh, right,
back in the
yeah.
day. But I know what they're called. I don't want to mess it up, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so
Yeah.
they would be in the sun and on the beach and on the porch for hours, and they would come in looking either dark, or red. And I don't know. I mean, some people just naturally, you know, gravitate towards being in the sun, which is fantastic, and I applaud you. But like for me, like if I'm in the sun, especially if it's like, obviously this sounds really stupid to say, but you know what I'm saying. If it's really hot, like if I'm sitting there and I'm like sweating and it's uncomfortable, I'm like, okay, I'm done. You know what I mean? I just for me, the sun is great. I love it, but I'm also like, okay, you know, 5 or 10 minutes or whatever. It's beautiful to get some nice vitamin D.
Yeah.
Love it. Other than that, like I can't sit in the sun for hours on end and be
Well,
like.
see, my thing with sunbathing, I get bored very quickly. So that's why if I, like when I go outside in my own backyard, I guarantee you I'll be laying out there for half an hour, I'll come back in for a little while, go back out. I get bored if I don't have a pool to swim in or a beach to swim in or, you know, an ocean.
Someplace like cool off in or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I have a hose. I could just hose myself off and pretend I'm swimming, go back to the chair. But I mean, if I am going to be working on a tan, I might put my headphones on and then just, you know, maybe more than a half hour. I shouldn't say a half hour, probably for about an hour. But I do get antsy quickly. My thing with the sun is I love being in the sun. I love to go swimming, but then I like to sit in my shade because I get hot as well. Yeah. But I'm thinking, you know, I don't technically like to sit and not do anything and find myself sweating because, you know, like the hot, humid air. But I find people who have, you know, like myself, I have eczema on my hands, I have really dry skin, or some joint issues, some arthritis. When I was down in the Dominican last year, I found that and I say it and I laugh, but I glowed. I mean, not because I was getting suntan, but because of my skin. It was like eczema never existed. And my hands were soft. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like it cleared up 100%. And my joints didn't hurt as much as they do up here. It's just my body doesn't like the New England air sometimes or all the time.
I hear you.
New England is always going to be my home. It's where I grew up. It's where I've been pretty much the first half a century of my life.
Right. No, same.
But I like the thought of being able to have a place, even if I'm not living there just yet, but you know, someplace warmer.
Right, almost like a summer place or a secondary residence where you can toggle back and forth depending on seasons or depending on mood or whatever.
Well, eventually when I retire, I'm probably going to live there almost permanently and come here to visit because it's because for one, I've always wanted to. Anybody who knows me knows I've wanted to live with palm trees. I love palm trees and turquoise water, places like that, you know. And there's so many places out there. So I've been doing some research on that, but I won't get into a lot of details because I don't want to disclose the areas I'm looking at. But warmer weather
Yeah.
and that, warmer areas, and there's so many places I'm looking at, to be honest with you. But that's what because I mean, at our age, you got to start thinking about where am I going to land when I retire.
Right.
I'd like to be up here in New England. I would probably try to at least come up for like a month at a time. I'll probably do a summer visit, or well, let me rephrase that. I might do a fall visit because if
Of
I
course, you
go
can't
anywhere
beat
that
New
doesn't
England in the
have,
fall.
yeah, if there's no autumn where I live, then I'll come up in like October, November, right
Right.
before it gets cold to see some of the changing of the leaves. Do like early holidays with family
Yes.
and friends,
Yes.
and something like that. But because then every decade you get into, you start getting an additional perspective on your life. So I've been doing a lot of that, and this whole coronavirus and quarantine and getting laid off, it's really put my mind in a very different mindset. And it's funny, my friend Jeff not called me out on it, but he said something that was so true. And when I was sitting there burning up and frying up like an egg, I had said to him, I said, Jeff, I said, I'm sitting here and I don't have a job. I don't have health insurance. I don't know when I'm going to get a job. I'm unemployed and I'm almost 50. I said, but you know what? I'm happy. He
You
goes,
know what? Go ahead. Yes.
he said he goes, you know what? He goes, that's actually, he goes, that's good. He goes, because normally you're freaking out about stuff like this.
Right. No, you know what? That makes perfect sense. And I feel the same. And I've always had that same philosophy of, to me, the goal, my ultimate goal in life is to be happy. I don't
Yes.
care where I am, what
Yes.
I'm doing. If I'm happy, then I've achieved what I'm hoping for and what I want
Yeah.
to do.
Because the things that go wrong or that don't go as planned aren't going to bring you down. I got a cough. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Excuse me. It's not coronavirus.
No, I get it. No, of course.
You get that
But
tickle in
it
your
is,
throat. It drives me crazy.
right. Now, do you have a delightful drink with you, or are you
I have my
set up?
wonderful ice water that I always have.
Very good.
And I let the little bit of coffee I had in my cup go cold, so I can't drink it. So it's just coffee.
That happens all the time. Yeah, I don't know
Ooh,
what it is.
excuse me.
I with cold coffee, like I start with a nice hot cup of coffee in the morning, and it's not like I take forever to drink it.
Yeah.
I'm just it's a casual drink, but within like 15 or 20 minutes, it goes cold, and I'm like, how is that possible?
Linga. How hot is your coffee to start with? It takes 15 minutes for it to get cold?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, okay, so for me,
Are you in it like a special cup?
Yes, exactly. Well, I have a couple of special cups because I'm that type of person.
You're special.
Yeah, I'm special. But also just because, and you're gonna think this is crazy, and I know that there's people who are like, what is your issue? However, I use the microwave as little as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just my personal. I've always had a certain feeling about microwaves. And like I said, I'm the type of person that's not going to preach anything. That I live my life, you live your life, and as long as we're both happy, glory. Mm-hmm. But for me, like I'm sitting there in the morning going, okay, I have a limited window here to enjoy the coffee at the temperature that I enjoy it. So of course, like I just said previously and early in the conversation, like I just have plans to like sit and enjoy my coffee, but it never ever ends up like that because I'm thinking to myself, okay, I've got 50 things I want to do. And like I said, if I don't do those 50 things in a timely fashion, the earth will explode.
Right.
Thanks to my OCD. So it does. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's very crucial that I have to finish everything. And it's not even like I have like one thing that I'm going to focus on and finish. While I'm doing the one thing, 3 other things pop in my head, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Now I have to create a list to make sure I get all those 4 things done. Sometimes I try to multitask and multi-manage, and most of the time it fails.
When I do that with cleaning in my room, I'll
Yeah.
start with one project in mind, and then, like you said, you look over to the left, and then, oh, wait, let me look at this for a second. And then you start, and then by the time an hour goes by, I have 6 things
Yes.
started in my room. My room looks like it threw up on itself 5 times, and I say to myself, what was I thinking?
No, seriously, because you start one thing and you're like, it leads
Yeah.
to, you find other things while you're working on something and you're like, oh, I could put it off. That's
Yeah.
why, because I'm here, I might as well just get it done. And but the thing is, no matter how many times you try to complete a project, it never ends. At least for me, like I always think to myself, if I get it done now, I'll have time to relax. And I'm telling you, for me, it never happens because I'm like, okay, yay, finished one thing. But again, with my OCD, 5 other things are going on at the same time, and I have to finish everything. And you know how it is, like, with OCD. And I've gotten worse. I've got progressively worse with my OCD as I'm getting older. But, it happens. But I accept it and I embrace it and, I live with it. But it's just very, very frustrating because, I want to be able to enjoy things like just a cup of coffee in the morning, but it always ends up cold. Oh.
Yeah, and I can't drink, if coffee starts off hot, it has to stay hot or I can't drink it. And if it's going to be iced coffee, it has to start off as iced coffee. And I'll tell you.
Okay, thank you.
Yesterday,
Thank you.
Yesterday I had my very first Dunkin's iced coffee since March. And it was, and you know what? And I stopped drinking Dunkin's let me rephrase that. I didn't stop. I just don't always go. One, because I can't justify spending the money on iced coffee from any place all the time. But
exactly.
Sometimes I found Dunkin's wasn't strong enough for me, but I got even a bagel sandwich, and my mom. I got one for Mom too, and I got her an English muffin sandwich, like egg and sausage. And I got a bagel plain with like sausage, egg, and cheese, and it was so delicious. I know, it was so good. But I haven't had it in so long that I enjoyed it that much more. But I'll say is when it's coffee starts off hot, and we have the old style percolators, so and so that always makes a really good cup of coffee, and and it always comes out really hot. And we have a Keurig, of course, but but for some reason when you percolate the coffee like that, it gets that much hotter.
Gloria, hotter. Yes.
Hotter.
Gloria.
Other than a busy week, I'm like really tired today because I think I'm always a little more drained the day after I lay in the sun or spend time in the sun.
Yeah.
And we had a fire last night, and we did the s'mores or attempted
to.
So
fun.
So did you not love the picture that I posted yesterday that Jeff put the little comparison to the Shining?
I never realized how striking the resemblance is.
Oh, I like the word you used, striking. That's good.
I loved it. It's very brilliant. I mean, and it's an adorable photo of you. It really is.
It's funny because what had happened was I had made plans. Oh, my back's been killing me for like 3 days. It's been in pain. Anyway, so I was made plans to go see Jeff and stuff, and I was gonna burn some old mail. I'm really bad with mail and filing, you guys. If you actually saw, maybe I'll keep that from you guys, but I'm just really bad with filing. Let's just leave it at that. So I have a lot of stuff that can technically be disposed of, like shredded. So I was going to go through, I had a bin in my closet, or 2 bins, and I thought they were both old mail that I was planning on just filing in my old file cabinet. Well, one was pictures, so of course, my oh, look, a butterfly, I started doing that versus going through the mail.
Yes.
So I'm looking at all these pictures, so I sent that picture from grammar school over to Jeff with a couple others, and he goes, oh, what a cute little boy.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, you asshat. I'm like,
wow.
And so then he said that I look like the kid from Shining, so he did that comparison, and I was like, oh, my God, I had to post it yesterday. I don't know if I put it on my Instagram. I don't remember if I put it on my Instagram, but I had to post
No, I don't
that.
think you did. You should, because you do look
I think
like
I will.
Dan. You do look like, you did look like Dan, yes. did look
Thank you.
like Danny.
Thank you for
But
correcting
you know what,
yourself.
thank you. Well, you're right. I mean, the thing is, the honest to God truth is, it was the time. I mean, that was a
That
very,
was the trap.
my mother uses this phrase to this day. She's like, it was very appropriate and stylish and smart and sharp for the time. That haircut,
Oh, yeah.
everyone had
The
it.
Dorothy
Everyone had
Hamill.
it. The Dorothy Hamill cut, yes. I wish I could have had it. Of course, I didn't. I had like a huge, Italian bouffant. But I mean,
Did
and it
you?
was really, really curly. Oh, I'll have to show you.
You did. Yes, you did. You had actually a really full head of hair, didn't you?
Yes, and of course, now knowing that I am very manicured and coiffed, and I wish I had that.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
That foresight back then to be as meticulously with my grooming. Back then, it was like I got up, I put a comb through my hair, and I was out the door. But today, it's a process.
Yep, and I like to call it manscaping. But go ahead.
It's more than manscaping. In fact, my family and partner will attest to this, that when I get ready in the morning, you can absolutely plan that I will be at least an hour getting everything done. And it's not, you know what it is? And I don't sit there and, doodle. It's like I have a system and a regimen that I go through everything. I know this is probably the most boring, topic that we could have, because who cares about what I do? But the point is, it now takes me so much longer to get ready than when, we were in grammar school or even in high school at that point. And speaking of, I have to show you when we get together in person.
In a year and a half.
Well, I have several photo albums from back in the day.
Oh, you
and
do?
I have to bring it to you, and you will have a laugh, and no one else will see these photos because they are just like, I look at myself back then and go, what?
Can I just tell you though?
What were we thinking? Go ahead.
And
yeah.
I'm totally cutting you off, and I apologize.
No, go ahead.
So
no.
I have a boatload of old pictures too, and I know I have some from grammar school. I do have some from our 8th grade dance, and I'll tell you, I remember the color you were wearing. Do you remember? Because I do.
I do. Okay, let me see if I get this right. So I had, those thin gray leather neckties, and I had those gray leather shoes. Like that, like in the 80s. And I think, if I remember, I had was it gray pants and a white button-down shirt? Am I close with this? Or not even?
Well, actually, you know what?
Well, we all did back then. We all had those,
and you also had suspenders on.
I
did.
Think.
You did have suspenders, and I think I have a picture of you in like mid-dance.
Oh,
so
gosh.
I'm gonna have to dig those out. Yeah.
Oh God.
Are you okay? You're right. I'm not gonna show you.
I don't know. I'm having heart. I'm speeding only because there are. I have to just say right here and now that I am very grateful that we were born and grew up at a time where there was no Instagram, there was no Facebook, there were no iPhones. Thank God. I mean, yes, we had Polaroids, and we had like the whole those cameras that you can take photos, but it took you have to take them to that the little kiosk. You drop it off and you get it probably take like 5 to 6 days to get the package back.
Oh yeah, I used to do that. I used to do that at one of my jobs.
Me too. Okay, so we but thank God, because the style and how we looked, even though, again, to quote my mother, we were very stylish for that time and very smart and very sharp.
Oh yeah.
I would be mortified. You can't even imagine how just looking at those pictures now. I mean, like I said, I didn't look like Gollum. Thank goodness. But at the same time, it just when we look at our younger days, some of the haircuts and some of the clothes choices were like, oh my gosh, what were we thinking?
Right. But what's funny is like you said, we were all in the stylish. And I remember what I was wearing. I was wearing a long white skirt. Go ahead. I won't finish it. Do you remember the kind of shirt I was wearing?
Maybe not, because I was thinking pink, but that might not have been
No,
you.
you're right. The shirt was
Okay.
pink, like a light
Yes.
pink, with a button down, with like some sort of, and I was wearing a white belt around my waist. Horrible.
Oh my God. Yes.
I didn't
Oh
want to
my
do
God.
that because some of the girls were in these cute little strapless dresses. I'm like, okay, I want to look like her. And Mom's
Right.
like, you're wearing something that's age appropriate. I'm like, whatever. And I don't mean that against any of the girls that were in their dresses. They looked really great. Everybody looked really nice. But I wanted that dress versus the let's cover absolutely everything from head to toe dress. That's what I got.
Right.
My parents were on the conservative side, and
Yeah.
and
Mine
it's
too.
fine.
Mine too.
And
Of
it's
course.
fine.
Of course. Yep.
But the girls that wore those dresses, I think they had like shawls or something to go with them too. But they looked really cute. So
Yeah.
I remember wanting to have that versus what I was wearing.
Well, I remember thinking to myself, I had to have certain things because that was what I wanted to blend in. I wanted to fit in. Like today, the way so my philosophy is now, I don't want to fit in. I want to be outside.
No,
the box.
I don't either.
I don't particularly care what the common style was or what people are doing and wearing. Now I want to do something completely different. I don't want to be like, similar to what the fashion is. But anyway, so I had, like I said, with those shoes and that, I had forgotten about those suspenders. But now that you say that, I do remember having them. And that thin tie, the spiked hair.
And you know what? You did have the spiked hair, and all the boys had those thin ties. No, I just posted that. I just posted that on Instagram, by the way.
You did? Oh, good. Okay, I'll have to check it out.
I did, and it's.
But
I can't. It's funny.
Do you remember? Speaking on that dance, there are certain songs I remember that they played.
Oh God, I don't remember.
The last song that was played for the end of the night. Do you remember what it was? Any guess?
It was obviously a slow song.
Yes, it was.
And I was probably one of the few girls that weren't dancing with anybody. So I was watching everybody else dance because that's just,
Same. But
I'm not bitter. Just kidding.
No. Oh, I am.
Oh, I'm not. I'm not.
Like, I can recall. That's the thing. Well, being Italians, that's what we are. We grow moles, we cook pasta, and we're bitter.
I don't have any moles.
Okay.
Speak for yourself.
Well, it's going to happen.
I do.
You're Italian. There's nothing you can do about it. It's going to happen. But it's okay. You embrace it. It's the Italian way,
No.
Anyway.
No. If I have a mole anywhere, it's going.
It's coming off. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
well,
loud.
I agree. Like they're going to be zapped off, yanked off, whatever. But
Let me put it this way: it's going to be like me in a donut shop. They don't stand a chance. They're gone.
Yes. Oh, please. Thank God. Yeah, the love affair. It's real and it's deep. It's true.
Whoops.
But so I was also not in the dancing part. However, I remember that the last song that was played was "That's What Friends Are For," and we all got into this one huddle, and we all were like singing and crying. And then,
was that what was? Okay, maybe I have the wrong last memory.
I'm almost 95% sure that was the last song because they actually extended the dance for an extra hour for us.
That I remember, yes.
Do you remember that? Okay, so that the last, I could be mistaken. You know what? Just to confirm, I'm going to ask my mother, and she'll know. I mean, I think she was one of the chaperones. No,
my mother was too. So was my dad.
Yeah, okay. I know my dad was because he took me home. And I remember I was fine on the way home. It was, all good and well. We got out of the car, walking up the sidewalk, up to the stairs, and I lost it. I was inconsolable. I know it was horrible. It wasn't horrible.
No, I mean, that's,
emotional. It was very emotional.
I don't even remember. I just think I was probably, I don't know. I could have been in shock. It's where you don't think about,
there are just certain memories that of course, if you asked me what happened an hour ago, I couldn't tell you. But I'll remember certain life things that happened many, many years ago. So my short-term memory, that would be short-term memory that stinks. But my things that happened years ago, I can remember. But some of the music that we listened to was like head to toe, We had That's What Friends Are For.
Yeah.
We had I know at that time Madonna's True Blue. That cassette was
True
really
Blue.
popular.
I
Remember?
know. Yeah. Who was? Oh my gosh. And that was
And,
what 80 what?
87
So
is when we graduated.
songs of 1987 Billboard.
And then they had let's see, Climax with
Do you think they played Walk Like an Egyptian?
yes, they did. Yeah.
Let's see. I'm gonna read some songs, all right? And you're gonna
Okay.
because I don't remember you have a much better memory. So Walk Like an Egyptian.
Yes.
Artist that was the Bangles, and then we had Heart. The song was Alone.
Alone, of course.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't know this one. Shake You Down by Gregory Abbott. I don't know
I have
that
no
one.
idea.
But
No.
I bet you did Whitney Houston I Want to Dance with Somebody? Was that
Oh my
played?
God, yes.
That was played. Yeah.
My mother, to this day, when she hears that song, she will always and forever say, I remember that when you guys danced to that in grade school. I'm like, Mother of God. I mean, my mother is just, if she had her way, I'd be back at in grammar school.
That's fun.
But I remember also too, yes, I want to dance with someone from Whitney Houston, and then we had The Lady in Red was another song we danced to, the slow song.
Yeah. Do you remember this one? Everybody Have Fun Tonight by Wang
Chung. Of course. Are you kidding? Yes. Oh my
How
God.
about, let's see, wait a minute. Yep, Lady in Red, that's on the list. And I just saw another one that I knew we heard. Hold on. Hold on. Living on a Prayer, obviously.
Bon Jovi, which my mother to this day continues to call bonjour. It's not French.
That's
it's not
cute.
like hello in French, but that's what she calls bonjour.
Where is the one I just saw? Hold
bonjour.
on. Bonjour.
What
Here
else?
I go again the way it is. Shake Down, Living on a Prayer. La Bamba. Everybody Have Fun Tonight. Don't Dream It's Over. Always. Let's see. Good for a New Love. Jody
And
Watley.
I Will Love You So for Always. Yeah.
Yeah.
Always. Yeah.
How about this one? I Want Your Sex by George Michael. Do you think they play that one?
I listened to Faith. Well, that's the name of the cassette or the album. I listened to that over and over and over again, of course. And I remember that being so scandalous, that song. It was like 2 parts to it. And even my mother was like, you can't listen to that. And I couldn't see the movie Purple Rain until probably like 3 years after it came out because it was restricted and it was, I mean, now we look at it and think, like, oh my God, that's
like nothing.
But, I mean, I remember, that, like you said, I Want Your Sex, and then we had Purple Rain, the movie and the soundtrack, and Michael Jackson. There has to be Michael Jackson on that list. There has to be.
Yes. I did find the song I saw. I Think We're Alone Now.
Tiffany, yes, of course.
All right, let's keep going down.
Bringing you back.
Remember this one? Lean on Me. Why am I singing?
Yes, by Club Nouveau.
All right, I'm going to say the song, and you have to tell me the band. So this is,
you got it. I'm good at this.
I am
Club
too.
Nouveau.
I'm really good at this too, but I'm going to do, let's see. I'm not trying to stump you. I'm just going to have you, let's see.
No. Try. I mean, it's possible. I mean, like I said, I love this stuff like that. So
Keep your hands to yourself.
Keep your hands to yourself. Is that, hold on. Don't give me no lines and keep your, is that what
hands to yourself, yeah.
And keep your hands to yourself. Oh, I know the song. I can't think of the, honky,
How was
Don't
that?
give me no lines and keep your hands. Am I correct? I know who it is. I know the song.
Okay, do you want me to give you the abbreviation for the name of the band?
Yes, please.
First word starts with G. Second word starts with S, as in Sam. We're looking for the band, everybody. The band that is abbreviated by GS. Song title is Keep Your Hands to Yourself.
To yourself. Oh, my goodness. Well, you stumped me because I know when you say it, I'm going to be like, oh, yeah, of course. Go ahead. What's the answer? I don't remember.
Georgia Satellites.
Huh. See, you know what? Now that you, of course. But for some reason that it's not. That must have been their one hit wonder, or I don't know if they had more than.
Yeah, they weren't a mainstream. I picked them. I did throw a non-mainstream band at you.
Did
I did.
because I'm usually okay. Let's keep doing this. This is fun.
Okay.
Like, your audience is like, I don't really give a
Okay.
left behind. In which case, I don't care. Well, I do care.
Okay.
I do care. Okay.
Okay, are you ready? All right.
I am.
You got the look is the name of the song. We're looking for the
Roxette.
artist who sings
Roxette.
You Got the Look. Nope.
Roxette.
Nope.
No, you've got
No.
to look. Oh no. And what? And I
No.
go la 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 la.
That's not the song.
That's not the. That's
You
not the
got
song.
the look.
Oh,
He's
that's
saying-
not Sheila E. And Prince.
Nope. Oh,
What?
yes, Prince.
Yeah,
Yes.
Prince and Sheila E. Yeah. Well, I thought I was. I got. Isn't there another song?
I don't think it's Sheila E. It's not Sheila E.
No, not Sheila E. Sheila Easton.
Yes,
Easton.
thank
Sorry.
you. Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
because I love
Yep.
that video. Have you seen
Yeah,
that
I
video?
did too. I
It's
love.
from time
Yeah.
to time. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
All
So
right,
how
so good.
about
All right.
Who's That Girl?
Oh, really? Madonna.
Yes. Okay. Well, I had to
Okay.
give you an easy one. Come on.
That was really easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Tell me sweet little lies.
Yep. Oh my God, Fleetwood Mac.
Okay.
Tell
Good.
me lies. Yep.
My name is Luca.
Oh my gosh, Martika. No, Suzanne Vega.
Thank you. Okay, you're redeemed. You're redeemed. All right.
Yep.
Let's see.
This
Okay, we
Martika
do have a
is
pretty.
Toy Soldier. That's
Let's see.
Step by Step. Remember that song? Toy
Yes.
Soldier? We all fucking
Yes.
know? Yeah.
How about La Isla Bonita? I am so tone deaf. and
April.
disgusting. I know. I'm
April.
giving you another one. I'm giving you another one. You're welcome.
Madonna.
All right. How about now? If I don't know, if I can't remember, if I'm not singing it, it's because I won't sing it because I can't
Okay.
sing. I can't sing. But let's see.
Yeah, you can sing.
Oh, this one's another easy one. Rhythm is gonna get you.
Oh my gosh, Miami Sound Machine.
That's half of it.
Gloria Estefan.
Thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Let's see. What to pick? What to pick? I'm trying to find someone that I also know that, because some of them I'm like, who is what?
Who the heck? Yeah, well that could
Yeah.
be me too. So I feel like that's why I like this challenge, because I think that
Heat of the Night is the song title. We are looking for the
Brian
artist.
Brian
Ooh,
Adams.
you are good.
Thank you.
So you're welcome.
Well, this just confirms that I don't really have a life, but music is my life. So in a way, I'm very,
this one's a good one.
Go ahead.
Funky Town.
Oh, Lips. Lipps.
Nope.
Ink. Lips Ink.
Nope.
Lips Ink.
Nope.
What? It is.
Nope. It's not.
It's not Lips Ink.
The internet doesn't lie.
Hold on. I know the song, but won't you take me to Funky
Now
Town?
remember, there's more than one version of some songs, but be mindful of that too. This is a 2-word band name. I wouldn't get this if you threw it at me. I would never. I know the songs too, but
it's the same song, but by a different recording artist.
Well, this is the 1987 version of Funky Town. So I don't know if this is the original one or the remake. I don't remember, and I can look up.
But it's the song that goes, "Won't you take me to Funky Town?" But that's and I could swear that was Lips. Lips.
Well, let me put it to you this way. Yes. Let me rephrase that.
Okay. So I didn't realize there was another.
Yes.
There was another version. Or another
You are
recording.
actually right. And you know what? I'm going to give this one to you because you're giving me the original artist for this. This is that. The original was Lips Inc. This is apparently
Lips Inc. Right.
Yeah, but
I
this is
didn't
not.
There was another version. Who does another version?
Pseudo Echo from 1987.
Pseudo Echo. I didn't realize they had made a cover of that.
Yeah.
Oh, for Christ's sakes. Oh my gosh. Well, again, that's awesome. You learned something new. I honestly didn't know.
Well, I did too. Because you sounded pretty confident in your answer.
I was like, Yep.
Because I was like, if there's more than one version, I bet you that what he's saying is true. So you're technically right.
Right. But
It
no,
just
that I'm thrilled because, like I said, I didn't realize that there was another, and especially recorded around the same time because
Yeah.
if the song comes
Well-
out, then why would you have another version of it so soon?
Well, that doesn't. Well, no. It wasn't. Lips did it in '79. This was '87's remake.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is in the 80s. Okay, I got you. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm old school. I'm thinking original. Okay,
Right.
so that's cool.
We were doing the 1987 songs because we were talking about our school dance.
Because we're our grammar school. Yeah, our grammar school there.
What about Will You Still Love Me? I didn't sing it right at all, but it's Will You Still Love Me?
Will you still love me tomorrow? Is that the song?
No, this is a different song.
Okay. So Will You Still Love Me? Is that the name of the song?
Yeah.
What's the title? What's it called? Will You Still Love Me?
Yeah. Mhm.
Will You Still Love Me? I think you may have stumped me, April. Let me see.
I'm sorry, Mark, but that is not the answer.
That is not the answer. Okay, so I'm going to concede and say I'm not sure. Who is
Chicago.
Hold on now, you got me because I know Chicago. I'm trying to think of. Hold on.
I think it's like, will you still love me for the rest of my life?
Oh yes, of
can't
course. Peter Cetera, will you still love me for the rest of your life? Of course.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Of course. Well, Peter Cetera, he had a beautiful voice. Well, I think he's still alive, but of course, I was there. Cause here's me thinking, okay, will you still love me? That's from the soundtrack to Dirty Dancing, and that's where my mind went.
And I will say, anyone that you pick the original artist, you're like technically right, but the wrong year.
But it's the wrong year, right? Because I have to think.
Right.
Okay, so moving forward,
But that's okay.
Think, it's the late '80s. Okay.
Yeah, but that's okay. Let me go through a few more because I was going through the top 100. Oh, Here I Go Again.
Here I go again on my own. Is that Whitesnake?
Yes, it is.
How
about Shakedown?
Is it Glenn Frey?
No, but you're on the right track, I think, because it is a man.
Is it Don Henley?
No.
Shakedown, breakdown, everyone
Yeah.
Breakdown, shakedown. You're busted. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm going through my Rolodex, my 80s Rolodex. It's not Glenn Frey. It's not Don Henley.
You could be cheating this whole time and just have it up if you had your laptop.
Oh no, I would never cheat. No, I'm actually here in my room. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you're gonna have to concede. I'm gonna have to concede, and I'm not sure.
Bob Seger.
Bob Seger.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Nope. I did not know that.
But I
know Bob Seger, but.
And we could do this all day, but I don't want to stay on this. But we may have to do these little games once in a while. So I think there's something different to do for next week.
This is, of course, I could like it, right. I agree with you. I mean, your poor audience is like, okay, click.
They're like, all right, you guys lost me at the first song.
Yeah. But no, do you have Surrey?
Siri?
Not Surrey. What's it called? Amazon.
Amazon Prime, the TV?
No. It's like I think it is called. No, what's her name? Not Surrey. Alexa.
No, I don't like her.
You don't like her? Well,
yeah.
She has a. You could say, Alexa, please play. 80s or please play music game or song game, and you can sit there. It's so much fun. I do that, all the time. So anyway, that was so much fun. That was fun. I enjoyed that.
Okay, so I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn on my phone, right? Because
Yes.
And I'm looking at this video of sheep, and apparently the sheepdog, I don't know if he's the dog that's hurting them. He's actually on the back of one, and he's just hitching a ride.
Oh my gosh.
He's seriously, it's like he's on a, Siri thought I was talking to her. He's literally on the back of this, like on top, like he's sitting there, like with his little front paws crossed, like, yeah, I'm doing it. Yeah, I went there. He's like, let's go.
Adorable.
He's like, let's go. He's right, he goes off. We go. It's funny as hell.
So darn cute.
Can I send this to you? No, I
Yeah,
don't think I
please
can.
do.
I don't know if I can. Are you on LinkedIn? Don't tell me your thing or anything, but.
No. In fact, I created an account a while ago, and I couldn't even tell you. I haven't been on LinkedIn actively for quite some time. So, but I'm on TikTok. Is that what it's called? TikTok, right? We talked about this before, I think, didn't we?
Yeah, I have a whopping one video on TikTok. I have to really jump on that.
You do. Well, I'm gonna forward you some TikTok videos that are hysterical with dogs and like talking dogs, and oh my gosh, I'm addicted to those videos. They are hysterical. And like I said, we talked about this before, but the production value of some of these videos is brilliant. Like I sit here and try to record my dog or my cat, or my dogs or my cat, and it just comes out like, it's all right, But some of these are just hysterical, and I'll have to forward them to you. But yeah, I mean that's adorable. Any animal video is hysterical and funny and adorable. I could sit there all day and go through videos. Especially the ones that like the humans put them in like funny situations, or the voices are dubbed into the animal is talking. I just crack up. I have this sense of humor of like a 6-year-old. So
I do too sometimes. I'm a big child at times. I'm very youthful in my mindset.
Me too. Unfortunately, my body is quite the opposite, and I feel like I'm
97.
Yes. But the key and the most important thing is if you're mental, if you're young at heart, then if you're mental, well, I know I am. I didn't mean to say such things, but now that the cat's out of the bag, I am.
Let's put it back in. No, and you're right. I mean, it's nice to have a youthful mindset. When I was temping at a job a couple of years ago, because I love Snapchat, and I was showing him some Snapchat pictures. So he looks at me. He says, and he would just nod his head because he knew I was, not your typical temp. And he said, he goes, if it's an app that my 13-year-old would be, into, he goes, it's typically not something that I would be into, because he would just be like, he goes, oh my God. I go, I have a very youthful mindset. He goes, you definitely do.
Right. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, he didn't mean it in a bad way. He was just like, yeah, you do.
You definitely do have well, again, with Snapchat for me, like I have to reload it onto my phone because I did have it. But I think now that I'm more app savvy than I was when I first tried Snapchat, I think I'd enjoy it more now because I kind of get it, how it works now. But like I said, stuff like that, I adore. I love Instagram. I am addicted to Instagram. And I don't post as often as I could, but like I said, I don't want to become one of those people that like start taking photos of, and I know there are foodies out there that do that exclusively, and I think that's phenomenal because I want to see that stuff too. But when you get someone who's just like, oh, I took a picture of, graham crackers that I'm eating, and then, 5 minutes later, here's the glass of, soda that I'm drinking it with, and I'm like, I don't want to be that person. If I post something, I want it to be like, it has to have some sort of like significance or something that, it's not just out of the ordinary,
I post.
But no, do you? Well, no, and I think that's fine.
Well, no, I like all types of things. Like, I try to make it interesting or funny, but sometimes I can't help myself, and I'll just, post things that,
your food. No,
let
me just back up a little bit and say, like, your food postings make me very hungry, and I love the fact that but there's a difference between people who are like, cooking for, what's the word I'm looking for? It's your photos are very thoughtfully done. It's like they're not just, oh, here's a box of cereal, or here, there's a presentation there. It's very inviting.
Oh, well, you have to make the food pictures, pretty, of course.
Well,
I agree.
Right,
yeah.
Right. The difference. It's not, you're not just throwing, like, who cares? Like, people, for me, like, people who take, especially people who take photographs, like, in their bathroom. Like, okay, first of all,
the lighting's great.
The lighting might be great, but you just have to be careful of what you're actually photographing. And, I mean, like I said, like, for me, like, I'm always consciously thinking, okay, like, this picture is going to be, not that I have tons of people that are watching or looking at things, but you never know if it's out there. I try to make everything I post, at least presentable, so it doesn't be like, okay, so we took a photo, on the toilet. I would never do that, but I mean,
gosh, that's
you know what I'm saying. So I don't mean that to be. I'm not trying to be not. I'm saying like people the way that It's all about presentation. It's all about how you, market yourself and how you present.
And everybody
yourself.
has their things or their preferences or their quirkiness.
Of course. And you, like I said, you do you, and like I will always support. Like I'm not like I don't profess to be like I said, I don't take hours to post things. It's like, and I appreciate, like, I will scroll. Most of my free time is spent scrolling through Instagram, and I really enjoy liking things, and I'm a big supporter of all my friends, and even if I don't know, it's like they post some cool stuff. But yeah, you should post some more, because I think you have a lot. What you post, like you said, is quality. So I like I said, I look for you, and I don't see you as often as I should. So I think you should post more, especially on the lily pad too.
Yes,
although
I'll
you do
tell
post.
you. What?
No, I didn't say you do post stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want you to. I don't want to. But I like what you post, so it's
always
fun.
I got to tell you, I got a text from my mother. So let me tell you something that's been going on, because I'm gonna call it in about 10 minutes, just because I'm starting to get hungry for lunch, and I'm trying to keep certain things, try to keep it around an hour or so. Easier for unless we have something very specific that takes us into another hour or whatnot. But so this past week, or last week, I should say, because it's Monday. The past few mornings, my mother and I would leave the house, or I noticed it one morning, and then she noticed it a few mornings, that there was like this material, like I don't know what it was, like fabric or cotton, like whatever, on the ground in front of our garage.
Okay.
So we, she picked it up or whatnot, and this morning, it was probably right around 20 past 10. It was right before not too long before we started talking. She said, "April, come out here." And I looked out. Well, there's a bird trying to build a nest right on top of our lights and outside, right at the top of the garage. So we were like, well, we don't want that, because we don't want it to ruin the lights, because she'll make this. And I'm like, well, let's make sure there are no eggs in it.
No babies,
so,
right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we would have heard the babies, so we didn't hear the babies, but we I called my friend and I said, hey, what's really the best way to do this? I said, I don't want to hurt any animal or any eggs. And he said, I think that on private property, you have to call more like a pest control versus like the animal control. Because I think animal controls they only can get animals that are like on the loose type of thing.
Right.
So we gently kind of got it done, no eggs. But when I had gone outside, I saw the bird flying towards my house with a big thing of like cotton or whatever that material was in her mouth. And then she was like, she saw me standing right in front of the garage under the thingy. She veered off to the left and went to the tree and was, hi, puppy.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Jesse, I'm so sorry. I apologize to you and your listeners.
Don't worry about it. No need to apologize.
Someone or something walking on the, outside of the heat. Fine, it's interesting. So I'm sorry.
That's okay. So the bird goes into the tree across the street and starts watching my mother and I. So we took the thing down. My mother sends me a text about 5 minutes ago. She goes, the bird's starting again. So
no.
she's persistent. She wants that real estate.
She wants that piece of land. That's right.
And I'm like,
her home.
great. And I feel bad because I think she wants to build a nest to have eggs.
And maybe, the funny thing is, I heard incorrectly, but I thought that if you, for lack of a better term, and I know you didn't do this intentionally, but if you disturb a bird's nest, then the mama bird or whoever is building the nest will not go back to it.
She won't if you touch the babies, I think it is.
Oh,
well,
okay.
no. Let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase that. Yeah. You're right. I think it is the nest too, but we didn't touch it. We used a gripping tool.
Oh, I see. Okay.
We didn't climb up. We didn't climb up and use our hands to take it down.
Disturb it or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So our scent isn't up there. We took it down and then we cleaned it up with gardening gloves on a and put it in the trash. So she can't smell us. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the bird is about to start her rebuild.
Yeah.
So
it's funny because my mom is the she looks for stuff like that. Like we had a mama bird and some, I guess you'd call them. Would you call them chicks? They're not chicks. They're little birds. I guess whatever they are. A family. Build a couple of nests in our what do you call it? I want to call it foyer, like right outside of our doorway, where there's some eaves and stuff. And of course, my mother, she's out there photographing everything and like different stages and stuff because she wants to see, the babies, hatch and then leave the nest. I guess she's, that's how my mom is. But and they always come back every year, but I don't think they've returned yet. So, but like unlike you, they're not in a space where it's going to interfere with lighting or whatever. They're just in this little space that I guess they come back. I don't know if it's the same group of birds, but
What I'm wondering is, if we let her build her nest, have her babies and her eggs, and then the eggs leave the nest, we can just get rid of the nest after that. But I don't know how long that takes. And I don't know if that's going to mess with the wiring with the lights.
Right. Well, that's like I said, that's different. I think if it's messing with some sort of wiring or something, and it could even be dangerous to the birds themselves. You know, because if there's any sort of like pecking or whatever, and something is damaged, then it could actually hurt the birds and the babies. So, I don't know how long that period is of time from hatching to, or laying to hatching. Maybe I could ask my mom and get back to you on that, because like I said, she's like, Ansel Adams there with the. She still has, by the way, even though she uses her iPhone. She actually still has, those, it's not a Kodak, but it's one of those handheld numbers. And she'll still, photograph that way too. But it's interesting because, like I said, every year around the same time, we have a bird family that comes and builds their nests. And, that's part of my mother's joy, is watching, because she'll say, oh, it's summertime or it's springtime, because it's, like I said, it's almost like clockwork every season. So, it's always fun. There's always something to, ooh. Was that you? I heard that.
Yeah, I was getting an email. From nobody.
From nobody. I have so many nobody emails. It's ridiculous. I'm constantly cleaning out my inbox. I don't understand how you can get so many, like, they're not even spam. It's like they're most of them are like political, like, hey, did you know this? Or, I belong to a couple of, animal rights, groups. But I know that those are different. Those are just like, emails that you get all the time. And you just like read it and then just, but it's like almost like a part-time job going through your inbox and trying to get rid of, Do
you want to know how many unread mails that I have in my Gmail? Take a gander.
A gander? Okay.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite words, by the way.
Yes, again, I love it, gander. So let me guess, somewhere around, I'm going to go between 200 and 300. How does
Seriously?
that sound? Am I close?
You're grossly low, but that's okay.
Low? Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
like
All right, let me try
disgustingly
one
low.
more time. Let me try one more time. So let's go between 900 and 1200?
Not even close.
Not even. Okay, so you have to tell me now because this is amazing to me. A minute.
Are you sitting down?
I am, thankfully. Yes.
10,420.
April.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
What? See, you would have upset the dog.
Jesse can't believe it. I know Jesse. Trust me. I can't even.
The dog's like, are you kidding me right now?
Like, are you kidding me? He's cursing right now in dog language.
He's like, Mingia, seriously?
Mingia. I mean, he is just, he jumped off the bed and ran into the room. I bet he's going to tell my mother right now. So,
oh, man.
Because there's a way to, like, delete a whole bunch of emails at once. You know that, right?
You can? Of course I do. I do. No, I'm just that lazy. Mark, I'm just that lazy sometimes.
Well,
apparently, I'm not only bad with paper mail, I'm just as bad with electronic mail.
I have to tell you, God bless you, because that would drive me crazy. I would literally, and I know with my OCD, I know I would literally be spending all my time. Delete.
When we do our Friday night 9:00 Instagram live video on the Lollipop podcast, everybody who's listening or whatnot who listens to this,
please join us. Please.
I am going to work on that, and you have to ask me what my number is.
Okay. Okay. So I'm hoping that by the time we finish with our live feed on Friday, at least half, cut by half, if not more. There's no. And in fact, I'm going to keep reminding you. So April, are we deleting? Are we deleting? Are we cleaning? Are we cleaning?
No, you can't. You can't.
Why?
No reminders. I have to.
Okay.
No reminders.
All right, but in my head, that's what I'm thinking.
Oh yeah. And I'm sure I'll hear you loud and clear. You won't even have to.
So what I'll do is, we'll have a little system, almost like I'll use this. So you know how Carol Burnett on the Carol Burnett show like tug her ear. That will be my visual to say like, are you? Remember, okay? So keep that in mind. Tucking my ear, pulling in my ear. That will be a reminder to say, okay, we are cleaning out our emails. And then I'm going to write this down so that I remember to ask you at the end of our conversation on Friday, where are we at with emails? Because that is just, I will take care of it for you if you want me to. I can't because I don't have.
No, I have emails. I'm going through some of the pages. This is what the clicking is. You can hear me because I've been on my laptop as well.
Good. Okay. All right.
Let's see. Oh my goodness, I'm already like. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you how.
I am 10,000. Like, I know for me, like, I think the most I've ever had, and it's not even with my current email address. When I had I had the same email address for probably, I'm not even kidding you, probably like 16 or 17 years, and I recently changed my email because I went from Yahoo to Gmail. And I prefer Gmail, although no offense to any Yahoo people who use Yahoo. But anyway, so when I had the previous email address, I had probably like, I don't know, 1,500, and I was like mortified. I'm like, how the hell? And of course, with my OCD, I'm sitting there. And then finally I said, because I was having issues with that particular email address, when I deleted that account, it was like a weight had been lifted from my shoulders. Not because I was worried that I was spammed or that I was, something had gone, my account was compromised. No, it was because I was finally rid of all those emails that I had. And now I am so on top of with my current email, I cannot have any cause do you also check your spam and your deleted folders as well?
Sometimes.
Okay.
I think
you have to do that too.
Well, a lot of the unread, I think, include those.
Oh, okay. All right. So that makes that, at least that's good. That's good.
I think. Actually, no, that's not true. I think I have one in one of my categories called promotions. I have over
Mm-hmm.
5,000. I have 5,800 in that. But that's like a, yeah.
Well, I have to tell you, you are a champ. You are like I think that's pretty amazing.
In a
And I
bad
just
way.
in a bad. Well,
You're making it sound like a good thing. I'm like, no, this is bad.
and that's I'm just trying to think of the correct adjective to describe how that, because to me that's like, but hey, that's part of,
It's like,
that's who you are.
you're like,
And,
that's okay. I still like you.
I do. I do very much so. I'm mortified to think like how that would, like if that were me, let's just put it this way. If that were me, I would be locked in my room and I'd have the phone or I'd have whatever, my laptop, whatever. And I'd be delete.
Well, I'm
I
doing
never
that right
even would
now.
receive it.
Let me put it this
I'm
way.
very proud of you.
I had 5,800 and now I'm down to 5,400 in that
I'm
folder.
so happy for you. But listen, now you know this, I'm sure. I'm just going to remind you that you have to keep doing it because it keeps refilling every day. You know that. Yeah.
Why do you say things like that to me? That's horrible.
I just wanted to make sure it was a
But no,
friendly reminder.
oh no,
Because,
trust me. I am completely aware of how this works. That's why
okay,
I have
I know
10,000
you do.
emails.
I did not mean for that to sound, it was not meant to sound in any way derogatory. But that was
Whatever,
fine.
Mark.
Yeah, I know, right? We can't be friends. No, but because seriously, even if you deleted a good portion of your emails today, by Friday,
Mhm.
it's going to be back up there. It's going to be like, and do you have filters and such? Do you automatically things just go into your
Nah.
spam or stuff like that?
Oh well, some things, yeah, some things.
Okay.
Hey,
All
I'm
right.
down to 4,800. No,
Oh,
4,900.
April. You see, this is making my day. I'm feeling better now. I'm not as
Actually,
anxious or as uptight as I once was. Yeah.
that is taking away from the entire inbox. Now,
Oh,
hold
good.
on.
Oh, good. Okay, drum roll. I'm ready. Okay.
Oh, whoopsie, hold on. Oh, so
Yep.
I'll tell you, my phone hasn't updated yet, but that's all right.
Okay.
I did my call with, and don't know last name, Tom, and it was funny because I was listening to it back, and it was the first time a call I didn't like the audio. So I was
Really?
trying to tinker with it, things like that, and I couldn't get it to where I wanted it, and so I
Right.
sent him a message last week. I was like, so do you think? I said I hate to say this, and I feel really bad because you know what, I don't love Google Voice. It's really not my choice. And I think that's one of the things I want to research. I want to find out another way to do the calls because I don't like the sound quality with Google Voice. It has been keeping me afloat with keeping guests coming on.
Yes.
So I told him, I said, if you don't mind, can we do another call? So I'm hoping to do another call with him this week. I just messaged him a little while ago. But yeah, I mean,
Oh,
I
good.
like Google Voice, and it could be like if I was using my actual cell phone right now, you would
Hmm.
probably sound completely normal. It could be because I'm using my laptop.
Speaking, I don't mean to interrupt you, and please forgive me, but how do I sound? Because I'm on speakerphone right now. It's just me.
I
Right
think you're
now,
going to be
and
fine,
Jesse.
but I think you're going to be fine. But to be honest with you, I don't love any of the audio with Google Voice. And don't get me
Okay.
wrong, I like the Google Voice. It's definitely been working. It's definitely serving its purpose. It's
Mhm.
allowing me to do these calls. I don't know if because it's through my laptop that the translation's not as good with your call coming in. That could be what the problem is because if I answered on my cell phone, you would sound completely and perfectly clear. So
Different.
I don't think
Oh.
it's a problem with Google Voice. I
Okay.
should probably say that different because I don't want to sound like I'm bashing them.
Right.
But I think I'd like to find a better way to do phone calls through my laptop. Maybe there's a software, because I don't know if Google Voice was made to do that or if it was just made to be like phone to phone. You know what I'm saying? Like some.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah.
I want to research other ways to do phone calls coming through into a laptop, so that it would sound a little better.
Like the quality. Right. Right.
Yeah, because I mean, you can understand what we're saying. You can, and, but for some reason the other day it didn't come out very good. I think Tom was using a headset too, so I don't know if that was why.
That might have, in fact, own quality.
Yeah.
Of course,
So I
I'm
mean,
talking that in my thought, so because I really don't know, but it's possible that could very easily have a an effect on the
Yeah, it
quality
could be. I think it's
Yeah.
a combination of things. So I'm going to start doing a little more research on that. But it is about 12:30, so I'm gonna call it. Mark, I'm glad we had our conversation. So we are still going to do our live video this Friday night, 9 o'clock.
On Friday, I can't wait.
Yep.
Before we do conclude, though, can I just say one more thing?
Yeah.
In regards to Tommy, when you speak with him again, will you please send him my love and tell him that, you know, I like give him my love.
I will, and it's funny because he said the same thing. He says, "Tell Mark I said hi." He had very nice things to say about you.
And him. He's a hoot. He's a great guy.
Oh yeah.
And I miss him. So send him my love, and
I will.
Who knows? Maybe one of these days we can do like a. When I say this, we do a three-way. I don't know if is that possible in the phone. I think if you tagged it like that, Nicole, we could probably have like 80 to like 300 listeners if we market this right. I'm
like, join us live on Instagram when we do a three-way. That really doesn't sound
three-way. Yeah, we will get a lot of traffic. I think it would be fantastic. Wouldn't that be great? I'm
not sure how great that would be for me.
Well, yeah. It could give you a
actually, it would probably be fantastic because we get a lot of viewers. But
it might be a different an audience that they're not really looking for.
It's not the attention I was not the attention I was going for that.
Correct.
Definitely not
but,
the avenue.
In any event, to rephrase, it would be wonderful if at some point, if you'd be interested, we could do like a conversation. We could all have a conversation because I think we'd all laugh. And of course, I couldn't sleep because he's such a funny man.
That's one of the things I want to look into is being able to have more than one call. I don't know if I can, but I'm going to find out. But yeah, so join us on Friday, the Lily Pad podcast on Instagram live, 9 o'clock. Mark and I will be doing the usual.
Looking forward to it.
And email me anytime, April at thelilypadpodcast.com or thelilypadpodcast@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing from you all. Let's hear your stories. Mark, thank you for being on the show once again.
Thank you for having me, April. I adore you, and I can't wait to our chat again.
I adore you as well, and I will be probably calling you either later today or more, maybe tomorrow, to discuss our other endeavors. And
absolutely.
And don't hang up. I'm just gonna end the call with the recording side of it, as I do every week. So, and we'll be seeing you on the Lily Pad.